feeling a little bit better?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I was listed as today, but okay. Never mind. Yeah, no, feeling a little bit better. Yeah.
If you have to check, does that mean that you've been doing essentially what you were doing the last couple of weeks too?
No, I just never know. I don't know what to tell you guys sometimes. I don't know what I'm supposed to. I don't look at the practice report on what I was listed as. So.
How much has that injury hampered you?
I don't know. I think everybody's battling through stuff at this point in this year. In NFL football, you get to this point in the season, it's everybody's battling something. I'm just no different than everybody else.
So I don't know if you saw the story from ESPN talking to some insiders across the league, and some people had predicted essentially that you would get traded this offseason. I don't know, thoughts on that possibility. Would you welcome that?
Don't think about it too much. Haven't seen it. Don't think about it. I'm preparing to play the Green Bay Packers. That's about it.
And Matt, you think this is going to be the last game with Jim Bob Cooter as your OC?
I have no control over that, nor do I know what's going on there. I know that he and I are still working, hand in hand right now, trying to figure out the best way to beat the Packers. That's the biggest thing on our mind right now. Trying to figure out, how we're going to go out there, score points, and beat a good Packers team.
But if Patricia asked you, would you want him back? I mean, would you?
He hasn't asked me.
Matthew, but you've always been pretty adamant that you wanted to finish it out here in Detroit. Has any of that changed at all? You want to remain in Detroit?
I think there's something special about, a guy getting a chance to play his entire career in one place. Not many guys get to do that these days. Would love to be one of those guys. That's all
I'm like, if it's in your hands, in other words, it's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's not, but I would, for sure, like I just said, I would love to be able to be one of those guys that played in the same place whole career.
Matthew, statistically, you've been down all year. I mean, you have to throw, I think, for 489 yards, hit 4,000 for the eighth season. Why do you think maybe statistically it hasn't been there?
We just haven't made as many big plays. I think that's a big part of it. Just haven't done a good enough job executing in the passing game, for me. So I can always play better and can find ways to be better for sure.
You talked a lot about your start streak in the past, but are some of those other numbers really important to you, like hitting 4,000, getting at least 20 touchdowns, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, no, not as important to me. Obviously, all those numbers are just markers for you guys to write about and talk about more than anything. So if you can throw for 2,500 yards and win 14 games, that's a great season. So I just want to win more games than obviously we won this year.
And man, how angry or upset are you at this season? It's another year not going to the playoffs. I mean, the fan base may have turned against you. People are talking about trading you. I mean, you're usually even keel. You don't say much to us, but I mean, how angry are you? Can you?
I just wish we won more games. That's the biggest thing. I'm fighting for these guys in this locker room. The guys working to try and win every Sunday. When you don't win, everybody feels it. We wish we could and are doing everything we can to try and win. Just hadn't done it enough this season, so that's tough to swallow.
Do you ever wonder if, because you guys haven't won games and it's been very hit and miss this year, really your whole time here, maybe if your approach should change? Like, do you ever think about, well, maybe if I shake up my approach, then that might wake up some people in the locker room and maybe force change?
I'm not really understanding the whole question there, but I think I'm consistently always trying to find ways to be better, looking at ways to try and improve my process and how I go about, playing this position, playing quarterback and leading this team. So, this year is no different. I'll have things to look at and find ways to be better.
I just want to go back to the Jim Bob Cooter thing for a sec, because regardless of whether Patricia asks you, you did, support Jim Bob, staying last year. You did come out and vocally say that you want him to. What about, this year? Do you want him back in 2019?
I've always enjoyed working with Jim Bob. I think he's a smart coach. I've had a lot of success under him. We've scored a bunch of points and done a lot of really good things under him.
Why do you think the offense hasn't worked this year?
I think there's been quite a bit of change, of personnel, players, guys, especially the second half of the season. And then it comes down to execution. Us as players, we've got to go out there and make plays. We haven't done a good enough job of that this year.
How much of that should be placed on Jim Bob versus maybe players versus Patricia versus?
I mean, we're the guys out there that are, throwing the ball, catching the ball, running it, blocking it, all that. So, at the end of the day, as players, we gotta do a better job.
How often do you, talk to management, Rodwood, anybody, just about what this organization may need to do to get better going forward?
Not very often. During this time of year, man, I'm concentrating on one thing, and that's the Packers. Something that you guys haven't asked me a single question about, which I appreciate. But we're preparing to play those guys, and that's what my focus is on right now.
How about January? Will you in January?
I'm not sure if they ask me.
How do you look at this week's game? I mean, obviously there's not much to play for, but it's a division game. I mean, you know Aaron Rodgers very well.
Yeah.
And I look at it maybe as a game of tag. Nobody wants to be it over the winter.
Oh, they're a good football team. Anytime you go to Lambeau Field, it's a big challenge. I think, they're a talented young football team, and we'll have our work cut out for us, obviously. Aaron's doing a great job this year, playing at a high level, scoring a bunch of points. So, as an offense, it's a big challenge for us, knowing we're going to have to go out there and score some points. And then, obviously, a big challenge for our defense anytime you're facing, a guy like Aaron and a team like them.
What does it mean now that Lambeau is not really the death trap it used to be, years ago, that you've kind of broken that and also beaten them with and without Aaron Rodgers a few times?
I mean, they're still really good at home, so it's still a tough place to play. I think they're 5-1 this year at home. Playing really good at home, so it's still a tough place to play. As far as that old stuff, I mean, really, it's the same old adage that whatever happened last year doesn't really mean much this year. Whether we had won, 4 straight, 5 straight, or lost however many that streak was, 20 or something. So it doesn't matter now. We got to go out there and execute and play well on Sunday.
There's a belief out there that Patricia maybe should not be back next year. What kind of job has he done? Why do you trust in him, I guess?
I think he's done a good job. Obviously, being a head coach as a first-year head coach isn't anything that's easy. It's tough to win games in this league, I think we as players just have to do a little bit better job of, producing out there on the field, and it'll take care of itself.
What do you expect to happen this offseason?
I'm not worried about it. I don't think about it.
Do you expect a lot of change in the locker room? Do you expect anything to happen with you?
I've learned in this business to not expect anything, or expect it all. I mean, it's the same kind of thing. I mean, it's, I've been a part of some teams that have been very successful and had a lot of turnover, and some teams that have been less successful and not much turnover. So, never know. I'm not focused on it at the moment. Focused on playing the Packers. Figure all that stuff out when we get there.
You said you haven't been asked about it, but would you want to have more input in the offseason and maybe some of the decisions that go on?
I think for me, I'm a player just like everybody else in this locker room. Obviously, I've been with this team for a long time, seen a lot of people come in and out. Probably have some unique perspective on some things, but at the same time, those guys' jobs are solely to do those kind of things, and my job is to, score touchdowns and get our offense in the end zone. So that's what I'll focus on.
From that perspective.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.